Good afternoon, everyone. Today's edition of Pairfect is special because we continue to celebrate the Lunar New Year of the Rabbit. This is your host, Jojo Silvestre.
And I am Dinah Ventura.
As the Daily Tribune continues to celebrate the Chinese New Year this week, we have invited to be our guest in Pairfect, your high-end talk show featuring our country's top-notch personalities, a stalwart of the Federation of the Filipino Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Foundation, Incorporated, or FFCCCI, and the organization's executive director and vice chairman of its Media and Public Information Committee, Ms. Lily Lim. Kung hei fa choy, Ms. Lily.
Oh, thank you.
Kung hei fa choy, Lily. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. We know you're very busy right in Binondo where your organization is based. On February 5, though, we understand is the end of the week-long Chinese New Year or the Spring Festival. And February 5 is also when the Chinese celebrate the Lantern Festival. So can you tell us how you celebrate this event? And what is the significance of February 5 to you and your family and community?
Good afternoon, Mr. Jojo Silvestre and also Miss Dinah. Actually, February 5, in lunar calendar, it falls into January 15. The lunar calendar is January 15. In January 15, it's the Lantern Festival.
Okay.
No? Yes, it's the Lantern Festival. And normally, traditionally, when they celebrate the Lantern Festival, there will be wordings, phrases that put inside the lantern. Then they would like to guess that what is the meaning, what is the words reflecting through the one. Parang guessing a phrase or a words, no? Lantern Festival.
Any word?
Any wish?
Yes.
Positive.
Yes. Positive. And also, it's the end of the long celebration for the Chinese New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Ganon. And for sure, the moon is full moon
Okay.
on that day.
So when is the full moon this year?
February 5.
February 5.
Yes.
So when you say Lantern Festival, it's a month-long thing? Or it's just the day, January 15, and then Lantern Parade ends it with the full moon?
Yes, yes. It's January 15. And customary practice for the Chinese in celebration for this, we will eat the peanut ball.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you. She gave us peanut balls.
All right.
How do you do that? Do you have to boil it or just eat it that way as we bought it?
No, you boil the water.
Okay.
While the water is boiled, then you
Okay.
put on the
peanut
peanut balls. No? So starting the peanut ball is very small.
Okay.
So you just let it slow fire, let it boil, and then when the balls float up, then it's become bigger and bigger.
It
Then
expands.
expands. No, then you will know it's time that whether you would like to eat. Turn off the fire and to eat it with tenderness, or you want to have it more softened.
Okay. Miss Lily,
no.
what's the significance of the peanut balls? Does it symbolize anything?
It means to say it's round, so everything perfect to be round, and inside it's with peanuts mixture with some sweet sesame, so sweet.
Okay. Okay. It's going to be a sweet life this year.
Okay.
Okay. In connection with that, there are a lot of Chinese beliefs and practices, but these have to do with ensuring that your business turns out well. So, what are some of the beliefs and practices that you do in your business or among other Chinese businessmen? Ano po ang mga ginagawa ninyo?
Okay, basically I'm sure you are familiar with. You will notice that there are so many pineapple being selling left and right.
Yes.
No, then because pineapple in Hokkien language, when you pronounce it, it's ong lai.
Ong lai.
Ong lai. Ong means to say your faith has to be very progressive and it's coming in. So
Oh.
all your luckiness come in. So online.
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 That's why
Oh.
there's always a pineapple on
Okay,
on the
okay,
table for every
Whether it's a
Chinese New
birthday
Year.
or inauguration of
Yes,
something.
yes.
It's a very auspicious
Lanterns are shaped
symbol.
like pineapple.
Online. So it has to do with the name and
Yes,
what
the sounds
okay,
of it.
the
No?
sound of the
Yes.
name.
And then, yes, that's good. Isn't it? The pineapple is so round shape and then
Yes, yes.
What
sweet.
Oo nga. What other things are there? I mean, I see the pineapple
Yeah.
all the time, and there are other symbols that maybe not everybody knows the meaning of. What else are
Yeah.
there?
Okay. If you will be roaming around, you will notice that there's small leaves and with parang palay-palay small
Okay.
before it's harvest. So it means to say you will be having a very good harvest for this coming years.
I see.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, it's really nice. I think
pala.
that the Chinese traditions are always very symbolic, and that's why I think there's no harm in practicing all these traditions and beliefs. But
Okay.
of course, the bottom line is you're channeling success in your business. So, what? But other than that, why do you think the Chinese are very successful when it comes to business?
Yes.
To be successful, it's not that easy. But you can say not easy, but can be easy also.
Opo.
Why? Sipak at tiyaga lang po.
Okay, okay.
No.
That's the
You have to be hardworking and you have to be very patient because not everything will go smoothly. Then everybody will be nothing very smooth. But in life, there's an up and down. As long as you are hardworking, determination and patience, there's nothing that you cannot achieve.
Yes, it's very important to remember all the
That's
time.
right. You know, Lily, I'm interested in you as a person because, you know, you're Chinese and you're successful. So tell us about yourself and your family. When did your family come to the Philippines?
I am a fourth generations. My
Okay.
great grandparents brought my grandparents landed first in the Philippines was in Zamboanga City.
I see.
Yes. No.
Okay.
Then after a certain period of time, my grandparents went back to China and my grandparents came back again with my grandfather and my granduncle. No.
Okay,
Yes.
so first it was the great grandparents, and then they went back and came back again.
Yes.
Okay.
No. And then through there, then after certain years in Zamboanga City, they moved to Manila.
Okay.
No. And in Manila, so my father, my uncles, they all started here in Manila. Then I was born as a fourth generations.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And since childhood, we have a small business, a drugstore.
Oh, a drugstore.
Yes. Why drugstores? It's because the sister of my grandfather, they have a drugstore also in Binondo area because the sister of my grandfather was married to a doctor. During that time, the family of the ancestors of Justice Tihanki.
Oh, yes.
Yes, no. So they put one drugstore there.
Okay,
So my grandfather put up one in Quiapo,
Oh,
and my uncle put another one in Ongpin Street. So all the brothers sisters, they were into drugstores.
Okay, from the beginning, when your ancestors arrived in Zamboanga, they were already in that line of business?
No, they started as hardworking, hard worker. They have to start from zero.
Scratch.
Yes,
so
scratch.
were they first employed or?
First, they were not able to. I'm not familiar with their history now, but as what I understand, they started a very hard working because they used to be workers of a certain business, others, and my great grandmother would just be there. They'd collect those empty used bottles, empty tin
yes.
cans,
That's
whatever.
Anything that can earn money.
Yes,
they
yes.
did. So,
Yeah.
okay, very nice.
They're
Very
that
hard-
resourceful.
Very hardworking also.
Now, why did Miss Lily become a teacher?
Yes.
Oh, when I was young,
Okay.
the teacher in the school, of course, very strict. As a students, everybody afraid of his teacher.
Yes.
But when I was in college, then my family bringing was that the basic needs will be provided,
Okay.
but you will not have any single cents, no cash at all, no extra activities, no extra buying, everything
Okay.
provided.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So if you want to have your own, you have to work.
Okay.
No. And then in college, it's only 3 to 4 hours a day. No. So you have so much of the time.
Okay.
And I don't want to sacrifice my education to go into evening class because they say evening class seems you were not able to learn anything. So I insisted that I would aim for morning session.
Okay.
Okay.
Then morning session, it's very hard to look for a part-time job at that time.
Okay.
And you have to ask for connection, and then the income was very low,
Okay.
small only, you know. So by assessing the situation, yeah, then I said, better be a teacher. No, because as a teacher, you receive the same salary as a daily workers,
Okay.
no, which at that time was only 240 pesos a month.
Oh, wow.
No. Then as teacher, you can teach of what you know to the
Yes.
children,
Students.
and you can, especially on the character, the moral education, everything. That's the starting point of a kid. No.
What did you major in college?
Major, I took up AB major in psychology.
Oh, psychology.
Okay. So it's really, something to do with molding minds and
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
culture.
Honestly speaking, my dream when I was grade school graduate, I dreamed to be a doctor. No.
Okay, that's why
Because
psychology.
yes, no, it's because I grew up in the drugstore.
Yes, yes.
But in high school, I was afraid even to dissect the frog. So how could I how could I take
Yes.
medicine? No, so I cannot.
Okay.
So I look around, then I really didn't know what to study. Then that time they said, because many are not familiar with law,
Yes.
rulings, procedures, everything. So I said, okay, I better be a lawyer. So my dream in the autograph for high school was to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Changed already.
It became a
Yes.
different.
But
Profession.
everybody was telling me, no lady, no girl to be a lawyer. No. Especially you are a Chinese. No.
Wow.
Discouraged.
Yes.
You better study commerce. Immediately you can be employed with the bank, you can do business, you can do this and that. But it seems that it's not in my mind, so try to find ways on how to avoid, because I didn't even see there's a law enrollment, no? That time nobody was our advisor or guidance. You don't know that you have to finish a bachelor degree first before you go
Before
to
you-
proper.
Yes,
Right.
No?
yes.
Right.
So by looking around, I noticed that Bachelor of Arts, first 2 years, subjects are equivalent to all courses,
Yes,
subjects,
yes.
credits.
The same.
The same. So in order not to waste time, so I said AB first.
Okay.
Then among those, I don't think I want to be politician or whatever. Then psychology, the study of the mind, then it can apply it to everybody.
Right.
No, you can have good relationship with people. So I took up psychology, and we were only 6
In the class.
in the class for that major,
Wow.
and everybody was laughing at me. What are you? Something wrong with you? Why are you taking psychology? You plan to be a teacher or what? I said no. Then my answer was, I dream to go to America because they need so many psychiatrists. That's my dream.
Well, that
Also, you
is-
intended to practice it after, but then.
Yes. And then,
But then she decided to teach, and she married her husband. Tell us about your mister.
oh, okay. He was just a simple businessman only. No, the business was just selling how do you say that? General merchandising,
Okay,
bakery
okay.
supplies
He was with his family.
with the family,
Okay.
yes. Then I was being asked to join them, but that time I still insisted I will continue my teaching because I
Okay.
love already teaching that
Oh,
time.
okay. So from the beginning, after you graduated, you went into teaching right away.
Yes,
And you
yes.
never left the profession.
Officially, with the school, I was not able to continue that long now, after several years. But I keep on going, continue for private tutoring.
Okay.
Oh,
Private
you have
tutoring.
students as a private tutor.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, wow.
I went around to the family during night time
Okay.
to teach.
So all subjects, not
All
just
subjects, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Oo.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have students coming from St. Jude.
yes.
Those were, that time they belonged to the Spartan family, the rubber shoe Spartan.
Smart.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the sister of the
Gosien.
Tesco
Oh,
was
Gosien.
also my
Okay.
student.
Okay.
No.
I can imagine all these prominent names
Yes.
passing through the
Oh,
teacher. Right?
yeah,
That's a great
Now they're all very successful, I imagine.
yes.
Yes. Po.
It's really good to be a teacher because you see the results, no? Yeah. So what happened next? You married your husband, and how many children do you have?
We have two children.
Opo.
One, the girl is the eldest, and then the boy.
Ah, ganon. Ano pong ginagawa nila?
Are they also in the same profession? Or?
Yes, no, they are all on their own, but the business managed by them, both of them cooperating with each others. The girl handling the sales, the marketing, and the boy handling the logistics.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
Yes.
same business.
Okay.
What
Yes,
about
yeah.
your siblings? Did you have brothers and sisters? And what did they do?
Yes, we are 7 in the family, 4 sisters and 3 boys. And all the girls were all teacher, starting to be a teacher as profession. All of us, teacher. My mom was a very good teacher for us at home.
Oh,
no?
yes, yes.
She was very strict.
Which leads me to my next question. How were you raised as children? How did your parents, what kind of values did they teach you when you were growing up?
As young ones, you have only eyes and ears. You are not allowed to raise questions. You are not allowed to talk where you are not being asked. So just follow instruction.
And we've also heard that in Chinese culture, I'm not sure if this is true, but we heard that Chinese tend to favor their sons or the men more than women. So how was it like in your family and in your community growing up?
Luckily, our family was very open. No, everybody equal.
Okay.
Although my grandparents that time was a little bit sided on the only sister of my father, no, the
okay.
youngest,
Okay.
no. But no complaints from the brothers, or the brothers are the same also, they love the sister. No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
But for our side, my mom and father, the same. Of course, sometimes you will notice that something special to the boys, but if you don't mind it, it's like the same.
It's
Yes,
nothing.
that's
Just
right,
on your
right,
own
right.
attitude.
Okay.
Okay,
Sabagay. And what about later in life when you started working? Did that present any challenges for you? Was there anything that maybe you learned from growing up or starting work in
Yeah.
that kind of world where men are more favored?
Yes. I still trying to show that women can do something also, not only the men. No. So that's why I continue my studying as long as I have the chance to study.
Okay.
Then I learn everything. Especially I got motivation from my mother that go into sports because sports minded
Oh.
can train your character also.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So because my mom, when She was in high school. She was also a basketball player, varsity.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but because of the Japanese occupation, she was forced to stop studying. And then, so it seems that she was trying to pass on her dreams to us. That go
So-
on.
So you
Yeah?
you went into
Sports also?
Basketball?
Yes, sir.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Wow. What was your role in the team?
Yes.
Forward.
Oh, okay.
It was small,
Really?
no? But
Yeah,
running
So
yeah,
very
you
yeah.
have
fast.
to be fast and oh,
You're the one who shoots the ball, you know?
No, running, grab the ball.
Okay.
get the ball from the other team or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
That's so interesting, Jojo. I wouldn't have thought that you're a basketball player.
So dainty, no?
Yeah, so delicate looking.
Yeah, and parang very intellectual siya, no?
So that's new. I'm very
Yeah,
happy that you
yeah.
shared that with us. And we will have more, we will learn more about Miss Lily Lim when we return after a short break.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
We're back on Pairfect. Miss Lily, let's shift gears. Let's talk about your organization, the Federation of Filipino Chinese Chambers of Commerce. So when was this founded and why was it founded? Tell us about the organization.
This organization is already 68-year old. No.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
68,
okay.
no. And during that time, because of the Filipino-Chinese year, they scatter everywhere. And then when they have problems, they don't know where to get in touch. And then communicating language barriers, no. So they talk that, why don't we organize an association?
Okay, so
we
that's
can,
why, okay.
Yes. Then we can help each others. Whenever there's a need, we can extend assistance or whatever. Then that was how it was organized. It was formed.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And then
To
when they
support
start,
and
yes,
help each
support.
other. Okay.
Starting was very small only, and then it just grow up to today.
How many members started the organization?
We are members. Our association is considered member. We
Okay.
don't accept individual member.
So each
see.
province has, or city.
Yes,
Okay.
depends. No, at that time that would be like you're in San Juan, so you
Okay.
organize yourself.
There's a
Then San
chamber.
Juan City Chamber of
Okay,
Commerce.
okay.
Then you're in Mandaluyong, you put up Mandaluyong City Chamber of Commerce, and that's how it started. And then if you're in automobile supplies, the auto supplies. You can
So
put
there's
up
an organization.
organization for auto supply,
Okay.
restaurants, restaurant association.
That's another chamber.
Yes. That's how it
Okay.
started. Mm-mm.
So what are its current objectives?
Current objectives, actually, we have three majors now, objectives now. That's first, we have the various school building. Because we notice in the urban area, especially far away from the city, the kids has no proper place for study. We learn that they normally have their classes under the mango tree, snow, whatever. So we will donate school building there for them. Then after construction, we turn over the building to the Department of Education and the local government. No. Yes, education, because education plays a very vital role for our future society. No?
Agree. And the other two objectives?
The other two is that we conduct medical mission also for the needed area. As far as wherever in the country
Okay.
we conduct
Mobilize.
weekly. No,
Oh, wow.
especially until the time of pandemic that we have to stop. Now, or we try to start it again, but for far away places we were not able to go. So what we did was we turned over the medicine to the responsible person and for them to do it on their own side. No. Another one is the fire volunteers.
Oh yes, that's very important.
Yes, because those days I still remember when I was young, although we stay far away from the city, from Manila, but every day we will hear that, oh, there's a sunok diyan, may sunok, and then,
Yes.
Yeah.
no, damages, the value cannot be counted, no, big damages. So they say, fire volunteers. So started from one fire truck, and then 2, 3, liter by liter.
Okay.
Ganon.
Who are these terms of officers? Who's the president, vice, and all that?
Okay. Our president now is Mr. Henry Lim Bun Leong. He is famous for how do you say that? He named himself as a farmer.
Oh,
A farmer, yes.
okay.
Because he is into agriculture.
Okay, okay.
No? The Doña Maria rice, no? Actually,
The brand.
the brand, yes. His line of business, they started with the sterling paper.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But because of his interest in agriculture and consider agriculture plays a vital role also in the development of our nation, so he really spent so much time. No, the hybrid rice started from his time.
Okay, okay,
No.
okay.
Although starting there was failures, there was success, trying until today.
It's very successful
Yes,
now.
yes, yes.
Where is his rice field?
Rice
The
field.
farm.
Yeah.
Maybe he has no farm, but most of the farmers, especially on the
Go
north,
to him.
the seedlings were being provided to
By
them.
him? Okay,
Yes. And then
Okay.
the production increased so much after the
Okay.
hybrid rice come into the market.
Ah, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. That's right.
And the term for the officers of chamber normally is 2 years only.
Okay.
You cannot run re-election as a president. For
Okay.
other position, you are entitled, but
Okay.
never the
The
president.
same.
Yes.
Okay. So
Give other a chance.
Alright.
Yes.
So this year you're having your elections again.
This year, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This election is supposed to be last year,
22.
2021.
Okay.
But because of the pandemic,
Pandemic,
so
yes. It was
2021, we postponed another year to 2022. But 2022 is still a pandemic, so we
Okay.
postponed up to 2023.
Okay. How does the selection take place? How do you vote your officers?
Okay. Since we have association as members, so they are being categorized. So they will send delegates. Now we accept registration for delegates for each association. Then during the 3 days convention, we accept 3 days. And on the last day, these delegates will be the one to vote among those delegates. And then if you are interested to run for certain position, you can campaign openly also. Oh, please vote for me.
Okay.
Oh. And some don't even voice out, but since people like them,
They
are
get
being
voted.
elected.
Oh, they are nominated. Is that
Yes.
you nominate people or
No,
you have
no
to
more. You
no
just
more?
election. There is a election. We have COMELEC.
Okay.
We have SGB as our COMELEC.
SGB.
No, so SGB will prepare all the documents, process, check all the credentials, then distribute it, and then we sit down and then we just vote.
So you elect first a number of people,
Yes, sir.
from among whom will
That-
be selected the president, the vice president.
Yes, from
Who does the voting of the president? Yun na lang that tight group already, that the ones who have been elected.
Shortlisted.
Oo.
no, okay. Assuming elected officers already,
Oo.
no. Then among the officers, then there will elect the board members.
Okay.
Okay.
No. So the number will be lesser already. No.
Okay.
Then you vote after the election of the board members. That's the time the board members would elect the
Among
president among
themselves.
themselves.
I
Okay.
see.
Yes.
Okay.
So you were a board member before you became
Vice President.
the
or-
committee chair of public
Committee.
relations?
No, okay.
Okay.
Since we are being elected already,
Okay.
So I was not the board members. So
Okay.
a certain numbers as a board members.
Okay.
Then after they elect the president, vice president, auditor, and treasurer, then after that, they will be the one to decide whom to
will
appoint
head?
for each committee.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you running this year?
I'm one of the delegates. Then it's up to
Ah.
the delegates if they will
Put
want
your
me to be
name.
continuous.
Okay. Okay. Ganun pala.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
also very curious about your involvement in community development because you were talking earlier about the 3 objectives, and it seems to me like the whole organization is really devoted to giving back to the community and helping as much as they can. So, how does the organization benefit the various communities where its members engage in business?
Municipalities,
Yeah,
provinces.
oo.
Aside from those 3, are there other
Are
projects?
there other? Yes.
Okay. Actually, the 3 major projects now.
Yeah.
In fact, this time we were talking that we will have additional one more.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The reason for that additional was during disasters time, we have to do something, which is the relief goods or whatever. Especially during the pandemic, these 4 years, then we donated so much essentials for the pandemic during this critical time. No, the rice, the
Canned
face
goods.
mask, canned goods, everything. No, so that's considered already an additional because whenever there's a disaster,
You're there.
we are there
Okay.
already. Yes.
Very nice.
And then if for area that is hard for us to reach, we will seek the assistance of Kapuso Foundation.
Okay.
Oh.
So
To-
you partner with
Yes,
them.
to be partner,
Okay.
to help us deliver those goods to those areas that's hard to reach.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yes. And then through there, we establish good relationships. And we motivate our members also that do something for your neighborhood, for your
Yes,
local
yes.
people.
Yes.
Because
it's a give and take.
yes, give and take. And not only that, in Chinese there's a wording saying that to have good neighborhood is better than to have good relatives. Because your relatives may be far away.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
No, they cannot reach you
Yes,
even they
yes.
want.
Yes, but
Oh,
your
yeah.
neighbors will always be there
Yeah,
around
that's
you.
right.
Oh, that's very
Yes.
wise.
I suppose you're also helping the country in its sports and athletics programs? Or that's individual already? Like Mr. Tan would help a certain sports association? How do you do that?
Okay, for the sports association, depends, no? Because it's on their own. Although our organization, no specific mention that we will support this and that.
sports, okay,
But
okay.
in case there's any request or whatever we deem proper and they approach us, we extend our hands also.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, I was thinking of something. You know, you have so many outstanding and very famous presidents. Will you name some of the more famous presidents of the organization?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
We have a 10-story, 9-story buildings in Binondo,
Okay.
where Mr. Jojo, you have seen that.
Yes, beautiful.
No. We can say that happened during the time of Don Antonio Rojas Chua.
Ah.
No. Because during
Okay.
those days, we just list any office space. No.
Yes.
Then he said, if we decide to continue this organization, we must have our own
Building.
home,
Okay.
house. No,
Your home. Tama.
Yes. So he said, we try to raise funds, and then whatever lacking, I take care of the rest.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
No. So that was the starting point, and now we have the big building
Oh,
there.
okay.
No?
Okay.
Compared to others organizations,
You have your own headquarters.
Yes.
Home
Yes,
base.
yes,
home
yes,
base.
yes.
Yeah, it's a high
No.
rise.
Okay.
no, and you don't need to think about that. Today we have to move from another
When-
place to what?
The building.
That was in the 60s.
Okay.
Oh,
the
so that's an old
70s.
building.
Old
It
building,
looks new,
but-
huh?
It looks.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Well maintained.
Well
po.
maintained,
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And there were lots of relief goods in the
There.
auditorium. So if anything happens, they're ready to help people. Who else? Who are the other presidents?
Okay. Another one we have Ambassador Francis Chua.
Okay.
No. During his time, he was able to uplift the standard of the federation also.
Okay.
No. And we were able to tie up several projects, not only on the Chinese community, but we were able to tie up with American Chamber of Commerce, European Chamber of Commerce, Philippine Chamber of Commerce, or the international organizations.
What aspect of development or
Aspects because
what did you do with this
With the other.
with these
intern-
organizations?
we together to conduct business forum,
Oh.
no, business forum,
okay.
invite foreign investors, and then
Okay.
join forces
Mhm.
to conduct it, and then work hard together with DTI, Department of Trade, in promotions, and also sometimes in other ways and means that coordinate with each other.
Okay. Okay.
Ganun po.
So very prominent past presidents and a lot of
Yeah,
accomplishments
yeah,
under their tenure. So there's this
One more, very
Okay,
famous.
one more.
One
Okay,
more.
One more
president.
famous businessman.
Very,
Very
very
famous.
famous.
famous. All right.
In fact, he waited 19 years before he became the president.
Oh.
Why
Oh.
that long?
Yes, and in fact, it was during his time that the articles of bylaws was being changed that president no re-elected again.
Okay.
Oh, he made sure of that.
Yes,
So
Because he
they were-
waited for a long time.
So everyone
Yes.
will be given a chance.
Yes, yes.
All right.
correct. That's the point. No, and he is no others than Dr. Lucio Tan.
Oh, Dr. Lucio Tan, our dear
Yes.
friend.
And-
So what was it like under his presidency or
Yeah.
his chairmanship?
Aside from giving treats at the Century Park.
Yes, he supported all projects. No,
Oh.
especially for education. He's very serious, especially come to education
Oh,
because
really?
yes, because he himself he was not able to finish his education when he was young. No, but he said education. That's why he graduated when he was already successful.
Oh, that was when he went back to school, or
Yes.
oh, he did. Oh,
Mm-mm.
Okay.
that's nice, huh?
And then time to time,
He comes.
before the pandemic, there was always a teacher beside him No,
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
correct. Anytime if he said, I have time to now, please call the teacher immediately.
Oh,
Learn
interesting
something.
talaga.
You know one teacher who told us about that? Dr. Felanda Hocano of anthropology. Like Dr. Tan. He's doctor, no? Dr. Tan is a doctor. Would call Dr. Hocano and ask about Philippine culture and all that and how to deal with these employees because that's very anthropological.
Oo. Ang galing, no? I
Yeah,
mean, you continue learning no
Yes,
matter
yes, yes.
what. No matter how successful you already
Yes,
are.
yes, that's right.
That's great. Very inspiring.
Yes.
Oh, meron pa po ba? Do we have other
So many.
prominent-
Actually, all the
Everybody.
presidents are good. Yes.
Well, okay, we have to ask this question because right now it's very timely.
Yes.
What is this one issue that needs to be clarified? So, what's the relationship of the chamber with the People's Republic of China and with Taiwan? Because these are separate and distinct.
Yes.
So, which Filipino-Chinese businessmen deal directly with one or with the other?
Okay. Actually, the stand of the chamber is that we follow our government administration policies.
Yes.
Okay.
Before, when we were young, we did not have diplomatic relations with People's Republic of
Yes,
China.
right.
Yes.
No, so our diplomatic relations was with Taiwan. So we follow. And then since 1975, we started the official diplomatic relationship with People's Republic of China. Then that's the it's also the open door of People's Republic of China.
Okay.
No, so interaction. Although we don't go into politics because we are just a business organization. So it depends on each one of the businessmen. They deem that they do business relationship with People's Republic of China. They can get cheaper price or whatever. Or this item is better to be produced in Taiwan. So on their own, we don't interfere.
Not as an
all,
organization,
no.
right.
Yes, we don't interfere.
Okay.
So it depends. No, but we hope everybody can be settled down and sit down and talk because they came from the same. How do you say that? From the
Yeah,
same
roots.
roots,
Yes,
no?
yes. Ethnic.
Yes, the ethnic groups.
Yes.
And then especially Taiwan, before they moved to Taiwan, they were in China.
Yes.
The name is Republic of China.
Yes, yes.
And then when there was, how do you say that? There was a war among the two groups, so they lost, and so they went to Taiwan, settled down in Taiwan, in their independent country, Republic of China. And on the other side, the mainland China, they put up that People's Republic of China. They consider they have been liberated already.
Okay.
No, so they have their own policy. No. But I did understand that years before they were already talking.
Okay.
No, they were already talking, consider that this and that.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
No.
And I suppose there's cooperation in very many ways. No?
Yes, yes, yes.
Especially when it comes to the business side of things, like
Yeah.
you really do help each other out anyway, because business is
Business is
Business
business.
is business.
Yes.
right.
Since you are not familiar with politics,
Yeah.
so that's another issue.
Yes, yes, yes. That's true.
Okay. So yeah. So
Are there problems, or there are no problems insofar as relationship with these two countries are concerned?
Problems between the two countries or
No,
In
with chamber?
relation to the
on how
chamber, I
you
guess.
deal with them.
With chamber, for us, it depends on individual attitude. No.
Okay.
Basically, when we accept invitation coming from left and right, and then
Okay.
if you have time, attend, no problem.
Okay.
No, we don't interfere. No.
Okay.
One thing I would like to mention is that
Okay.
since we talk about our election is coming in
right.
Okay.
March, and I recall that during the President Marcos Sr. time,
Okay.
during the something like during those years, there was a time that was declared by President Marcos Sr. during the week of Federation activities, declared as Federation Week.
Oh, there was a federation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was for your group.
For our group, yes.
Okay.
If I remember it right, it may be something like 74 or 75 sometimes there.
Yeah. Come to
Federation Week.
And then it stopped.
It's
the
actually,
celebration.
yes, but it depends on us. No? Actually, we have to remember that. That's a very remarkable event, day.
Yes.
Right.
No?
How many Filipino presidents are of Chinese roots? Osmeña.
Yes.
Okay. Who else? Marcos.
Marcos, yes.
Yeah.
Cory
And Cory.
Aquino.
Yes.
Yes.
And the son.
Son.
Yes. Okay.
So handles
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
right.
In fact, President Macapagal and President Garcia were very close to my grandfather,
Oh,
parents.
really?
I see.
Yes.
Oh. Did they work in
were-
government also?
My grandfather
They were
never worked.
businessmen.
They just I didn't understand why, but I was just very small. When President Macapagal was the vice president,
Okay.
Mrs. Macapagal visited our drugstores in Quiapo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
And PGMA at that time was a very
Small,
literally small
little girl.
Oh.
Yes. Then we will just be watching there, looking at them. No.
I see. Interesting.
Okay.
And then during Holy Week, my grandparents, one car, we went to Baguio
Okay.
because the President Garcia will be in Mansion House.
Okay.
So we will be joining.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But we were not able to enter, only the car going in. But my grandfather was the only person
Who could
entered.
enter.
And then we
Okay.
just waited outside in
Oh,
the car.
really? Okay. At least.
Oh, very interesting,
Yes.
Jojo,
Yeah,
and
very.
I really want to learn more about these
Yes, of course.
anecdotes.
Yeah.
We'll just pause for a short break. We'll be right back.
Iba na ang panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anong pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Every time I'm on the road, I can expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. Now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
Iba na ang panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anong pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Welcome back to Pairfect, and
With us still is Miss Lily Lim
yes, of course.
of the FFCCCI.
And we're going to do something
Very.
for fun.
Oo naman.
Yeah. We're going to play a game
Yes.
and see how Miss Lily
Mm-hmm.
knows well the other Chinese in this country, the celebrities and the top tycoons. So Miss Lily will mention a name
Mm-hmm.
and tell us what comes to mind at the mention of a name.
We'll call our game the Celebrity Recall.
Yes,
All right.
celebrity recall.
Okay, so
You
first,
start?
Lucio Tan.
What comes to your mind?
Philanthropist.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is that all?
Kind-hearted, hardworking, and never give up learning.
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
I
That's
like-
nice. Fortunato ko, known as Fortune ko today.
Fortune ko.
Is Fortunato ko.
Yes. What business is he in?
Basketball.
Oh. Not the player?
That's the player.
Oh my God, he was our idol during those days. And
Okay.
the sister, as what I understand, the sister was with us in Adamson University.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Next, Lily Monteverde.
The famous
Yes.
filmmaker, producers.
Okay. Okay. Andrew Tan.
Andrew Tan, the Mega War, a UE, if I'm not mistaken, cum laude graduate.
Yes, he is.
Wow,
Oh,
dami
yes,
alam.
yes.
How about Tessie C. Coson?
Wow. I will never forget her
Why?
because we were classmates
Oh,
in
really?
grade school, yes.
Where?
In Quiapo Anglo-Chinese School.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
what was it like?
Yes.
How was she as a little girl?
Oo nga eh.
She was simple. And then their store, Shoemart, was in Carriedo. She were passed by our drugstore.
Okay.
And I we joined together to walk to Quiapo Anglo-Chinese School right after the Quinta Market, going to the bridge of
Yes.
Ayala.
Wow, you just
direction.
walk, huh?
Yes. Then, after
Ah, okay.
Yes.
How about Bongku?
Bongku, is that a bowling player?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, she is also one of my idol. Because when I was in college, money I earned will go into bowling.
Okay. Of
So
course.
she plays so good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, sports-minded
Yes,
pala
of
talaga
course.
si Miss Lee. And how about
This you know.
Mabonlo, the famous noodles. No?
Sarap.
Especially, they still around
yes,
Where?
Quezon
in
Avenue.
Quezon.
Quezon,
Oh,
Banawi.
Yeah.
But the original in Bidabit Street, Chinatown,
It's not there anymore.
still there.
Still there. We should go there.
We should go there.
Yeah.
Yes. No change,
No change.
no improvement on the appearance, no aircon at all still.
Does it smell that way?
Right.
Oh, sarap. And this one, I'm not sure if you know this guy, Tim Yap.
I always heard the name Tim Yap, but honestly speaking, I'm not familiar. No.
Eh, kasi ano na
Yeah,
eh, iba
yes.
na.
He's that guy who dresses up. At least he started dressing up
Party,
differently.
events.
Yes, and the younger generation really admired
Yeah,
him.
look up to him for
Yeah.
his success in the events party scene.
Now he's with another newspaper. Yes, and he continues he plays horse and all that. We had 8 because 8 is lucky, so we made you identify those 8 Chinese personalities. Well, that was a fun game. So
Do I pass?
Yes,
you do, yes.
okay.
So for our final question, what would you like to tell our online viewers, both the Filipino Chinese and the pure Chinese, concerning this coming year? Do you have any message for them?
Actually, the message not only for the Filipino Chinese or the pure Chinese, but among our brothers, the Filipino community also. This new year is the year of the rabbit. Then let's be optimistic, positive. Everything is possible. There's no
Yes.
such thing that hard, impossible. No.
Of course.
As long as you have the belief, everything you can achieve. Just
Yes.
don't give up.
That's very good advice, Jojo.
Okay.
And with that kind of attitude, I think we really can look forward to a happy and prosperous year of the water rabbit. And we hope and pray that good things are yet to come for our country and among all of us who live here and our brothers and sisters abroad also. So, Miss Lily, Lim, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Till our next Pairfect.
Thank you so much also. It's my honor and pleasure to be here, especially with our big boss, Mr. Jojo Silvestre, and this beautiful Dinah.
Thank you very much. So this has been Dinah Ventura.
This is Jojo Silvestre saying goodbye once again. Kung hei fa choi. May this year be prosperous, happy,
And-
peaceful for all of us.
Thank you.